You hear an interview with a dietitian called Thelma Ortega, who's talking about dietary supplements. You now have 90 seconds to read questions 31 to 36.
My guest today is Thelma Ortega, who's a dietitian, and we're talking about dietary supplements. First of all, Thelma, what are dietary supplements exactly?
Well, basically, dietary supplements are products consumed in addition to a regular diet. These products may include vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and a variety of other molecules. And essentially, they're foodstuffs, although often their packaging and the way they're promoted may mislead consumers into thinking they're pharmaceutical products. That's not to say they don't have potential health benefits, but it's important not to lose sight of their primary purpose. To add to the confusion, the legislation regarding supplements is unclear, with discrepancies, for example, between official definitions adopted in the USA and those applied in the different European countries and elsewhere.
Right. Can you give us an example of a typical dietary supplement?
Sure. Let's take protein. Protein supplements like whey protein can help athletes who are looking to build up muscle mass or improve their recovery time. Whey is a byproduct of cheese production and it contains all 9 amino acids. Now, there's no reason to doubt claims that it represents a complete protein, that it can help support muscle growth and repair, as this is widely accepted. But while it's generally regarded as safe for most people, there are some potential side effects to be aware of, including digestive issues such as bloating, wind and diarrhea, as well as allergic reactions in some people. That's why it's always worth seeking medical advice before embarking on any new supplement regimen, even with most widely known ones.
I see. So is it mainly sports people who take these supplements?
Well, I think that depends on where you want to draw a line between sports people and the rest of the population. One thing is clear though, dietary supplements are widely used in sport and physical training. Depending on the type of sport, however, the percentage of athletes that typically use them ranges from 40% to 100%. Contrary to what's widely assumed, though, their use isn't limited to athletes involved in competitive sports. They're also widely used by non-competitive sports people, like gym users. And though you might think they'd use them to a lesser extent, this isn't borne out by scientific findings.
So, is this an aspect of the craze for bodybuilding that's become so prevalent in recent years?
Well, the research literature indicates various reasons for supplement use in a non-competitive context, including muscle gain, the quest for fitness, recovery time reduction, not to mention aesthetic appearance. And it's important to highlight that fitness training aimed at body shaping aims to improve muscular symmetry, while at the same time decreasing the percentage of body fat. So the objective is looking better. This clarification is necessary because typically research studies have investigated the prevalence of supplement use in bodybuilding athletes only, and not everyone involved in body shaping training sees themselves as bodybuilders. There's a broader range of people who practice so-called aesthetic workouts, and that includes, but isn't limited to, bodybuilding workouts. Consequently, data on prevalence of supplement use in bodybuilders can't be directly related to general fitness training, as no specific data for that currently exists.
And are there health risks if supplement use is taken to extremes?
Well, yes. Some people who do bodybuilding could well be a case in point. Despite the presence of several complicating factors, increasingly evidence is pointing to potential health risks related to the presence of contaminants in certain products, particularly in bodybuilding supplements. The potential risks include severe cholestasis and liver or kidney damage. And there's also evidence that this could be linked to the unsupervised use of supplements. Where there's no input for sports nutrition professionals, there's a danger of people underestimating the risks for lack of accurate information. In fact, athletes typically rely on the experiences of trainers or friends for guidance on supplement use. Trainers therefore need to be adequately informed themselves, and unfortunately, this isn't always the case, as, of course, they're likely to be supplement users themselves.
Right. And I think you're about to conduct your own study into all this.
That's right. The aim is firstly to assess and establish the prevalence of supplement use in people who practice body-shaping-oriented fitness. I'm particularly keen to see whether people are taking professional advice before choosing which supplement to take. Then I hope to compare the prevalence and patterns of use in both gym users and their instructors. I'm also going to see how supplement use varies between those who take part in body-shaping-oriented fitness competitions, including bodybuilding events, and those who do it for other reasons. Preliminary findings suggest that supplements are as widely used by all three groups, actually, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the rest of the data.